Other. Oop, I'm already stuck. Good morning. This is gonna be a quick video. I'm still in pajamas because it's early in the morning. Oh, you guys, can you see? I'm getting ready to pack warping bars. They're right here, and then back there in the hallway, see it? Is a 10-pound bag of Nylons I'm about to split up. Maybe it's a 20-pound bag. I can't even remember. So, but I promised you guys I would do this for you, and it's gonna be a shorty. This is Firestar, also known in some other countries as Trilobal nylon. Hang on, I'm gonna grab some. So a couple of months ago, we got 2 ounces of this in a Paradise box, and it's super easy to dye. I promised I would show you guys how to dye this really quickly. So this is the 2 ounces that I got, and when you blend this, you do not need a lot in a project to add some sparkle. So these are some of the colors that I did. I guess you can see that they're sparkly. So I got all these out of 2 ounces, and it's a lot. I think it's 10 pounds. I can't even remember. So this is what it looks like bare. It's really, really white. I got the like super white. There, see how shiny it is? Yes, you can see how shiny it is. You guys know I'm not that scientific. I'm not gonna weigh it. This stuff won't felt, so you really don't have to worry about like moving it while it's hot, or you don't have to worry about any of that stuff when you're dyeing it. But I went down to my local Dollar General and just bought this really big coffee cup. This is like, let's see, how big is it? 21 fluid ounces. And you really just need something that'll go in the microwave, but you don't want to eat food out of it afterwards or drink out of it. So I just spent $2, let's see, $2 on this at my local Dollar General. I mean, you can find them for $1 at your Dollar Tree. I just don't have one close. I'm gonna fill this up about 1/3 of the way with water. I don't know if you'll be able to see, we'll try. Oh yeah, it's about 1/3 full, between 1/4 and 1/3, somewhere in there. It's not, you know, it's not gonna be a big deal if you're a little over or under. Then I add just like a little drip. I mean, it's maybe a tablespoon of white vinegar. You don't even need that much, I'm sure. You can use citric acid if you would prefer. And again, in a project, you really don't need a lot. Recently in a Q&A, I was mentioning that I don't store that much dye stock, but I do have a couple little colors of green left from the last time I was dyeing. So I know this one looks like it's in a purple bottle. This bottle is stained purple. The dye color in here is green. Let me show you. That's it. I tested it. And then this is actually, I think it's emerald from Jacquard. I'm gonna put some of this in here first in this coffee cup. Because when I put this in there, I want it to be in already, the dye. And then this is the tongs I use when I'm dyeing stuff. So I'm gonna make sure it's loose because it'll resist otherwise, and put it in little by little. Okay. See that? I've just got it all the way under the green. And then just for funsies, I'm gonna add some of this more yellowy green. Let me shake it really quickly first. I think this is lichen from Dharma. That's one of the Dharma colors that, even though I've had trouble with them, I cannot stop using it. So I'm gonna use this just like on half the cup. So I'm gonna move this carefully into my microwave so it doesn't like slosh around a lot, and I'm gonna microwave it with a paper towel over it like this for 2 minutes. On high. Okay, so this is why I use the paper towel. This was where I tested the dye, but this is where it like splashed up during the heating process. Yes, I can see against the edge of the cup. There's still a little bit of dye in here. I'm gonna let this rest for about a minute. I'm actually gonna flip it over. Ooh, it's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna let this rest for 1 minute outside the microwave, and then I'm gonna cover it again and put it back in for like 1 more minute because it's pretty close to exhausted. Now I'm gonna actually let this sit for just a couple more minutes because, I don't know, yep, you can see this water has just the slightest tinge of blue in it. Blue is a little more challenging to get it to take up, so if I ever have that, I just let it sit until it cools completely, because it continues to set as it cools. You do not have to be scared to handle this while it's hot because it can't felt. So, you know, don't be nervous about it. And it's cooling. I can already see that dye is taking up. I waited until, well, it took the time it takes to put 2 warping bars together, put all the hardware in. And, okay, I just rinsed this so it wouldn't smell like vinegar because I don't really want that. Let me quickly just squish some of the water off of it. All right, oh, you can see how sparkly that is already. Wowee. So I'm gonna take one of these other colors. I don't know which one yet. And I'll just spin it up with a little bit of wool so that you can see, maybe this one, so that you can see what it looks like. I'm just gonna use my blending board for this because I lent someone my hand cards and I don't think it's gonna be a big enough project to want one of my drum carders. Okay, so this is a bunch of flicked fleece. I'm pretty sure this is a bunch of flicked CVM locks. They're washed and flicked. I just picked them because they're really white. Hang on, let me put this together. This is a bat, a CVM bat that I washed and carded. I'm just gonna pull off a little bit of it to use for this. Just like a little strip. I chose it because it's really, really white. So I'm gonna put some of this on my blending board. There, you can see better now. So this is just like a little thin layer. And then I'm gonna grab my pink Firestar and do just a little bit. You do not need a lot. If you put tons on, you really don't need it. So I'm gonna brush that in really quick. And then I'm gonna go over that with some more white. I'm gonna actually push it down and then do it again. See, this stuff is so, this CVM is so fluffy. It is one of the reasons why I love it to pieces. It's a little bit nappy. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more of that pink on, and I mean, I'm just using such a tiny bit. Actually, do I wanna use, I think I wanna use some of the gold. I'm gonna use a little bit of this gold. I'm just gonna lift it. Should be really easy to pull off that way. Okay, then I'm gonna take it in half and I'm gonna draft it out a little and I'm gonna do it over again. Okay, this is pretty well blended. You can see it. blended throughout there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this into roving and spin it. I think it's gonna be really cool. Here's the green we dyed. I hope this inspires you to try it out. It is so easy and so much fun to add to a project. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.